Welcome back to Gunsmith Part 3 of the release version of EFT. For a quick reference, here is the finalized build that you can hand in. And the easiest way to do this is buying an MP5 SD from Ref Level 2. You may not have this, but I'll go through this first just because it's the easiest way. So you go to Ref Level 2, you can find an MP5 SD on him. All you have to do with this, it's very straightforward, is you have to take off the sight on top. It's a waste if you give it to him. Then you have to change over the magazine to this guy, the X Products X5 50 round drum magazine, and I'll show you where to get this in a second. And finally, on the bottom, you can add one of these TBL blue lasers and also take that deval off of the side as well. And that will work, and you can hand this in straight away. So the big question is where to get this 50 round magazine, because you're going to need this for any of the different builds that you try to do. So let's look it up on the flea market, which by the way, you can use even if you don't have the flea yet. Now, some of these trader listings are duplicated, so just be a little careful. But there are a few ways to get it. You can get it from Mechanic 2 from a barter. You can get it from Peacekeeper 2 from a barter. Or you can buy it from Ref 2 for 10 GP coins. You can also buy it on the flea market. You can see there are a few listings here. However, this thing is only level 25, so you won't be able to buy it from there until you get to that level. As for where to get the MP5 SD itself outside of Ref, there are a few different ways. If we go on a linked search on the magazine, we can look up the Navy 3-round burst version of the weapon, which is the one that we want. And we need to be able to buy this version here, which is the SD version. You can tell because it's got this suppressor sticking out of the barrel. Now, traditionally, what you would do if you weren't using Ref is you would get to Peacekeeper 2, and then you'd be able to get all the parts from Peacekeeper 2 to turn one of these regular MP5s into one of these MP5s. Alternatively, you can go and complete all of Peacekeeper's quest line down to scrap metal, and then you can buy an MP5 SD directly from him. But in this particular patch, they made the mechanic barter at level 1 much better. So now it's only one magnet and one Nixor lens. So it's actually much easier to go and get this from mechanic than it ever has been in the past. Once you're here though, the one thing that you're missing, which the Ref build does have and the mechanic build doesn't have, is this guy, which is the MP5 SD B&T tri-rail ring mount. You'll need Mechanic 2 to get this, which is level 20, or you can buy one off the fleet at level 15, because these things aren't limited by level. So people obviously are putting them up for relatively expensive prices because you're going to need to buy them if you want to complete Gunsmith. Then you'll need either level 2 traders, Ref, Mechanic, or Peacekeeper, so you can get one of these drum magazines. And once you add the drum mag, the tri-rail ring mount, and the NC Star blue laser, then you'll be good to go. Make sure that you keep this little rear sight on. If you don't, then the sighting range goes below 200 and you won't be able to hand it in. So from here, we're just going to hand in the gun build that we've made, and we're going to get onto Gunsmith Part 4.